Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. And we are going for a little walk. Opal and I here. Here she is, doing great. And we are going to go, we're dancing between the raindrops and playing in the puddles. If you're gonna notice that she's wet. It's because Opal likes to play in the water. So, I thought it'd be nice to get outside to do a little bit of training between the rains and so forth. I'm gonna see if I can keep her between on the path here. Let me see if I can back this out a little bit. You can see her a little bit better. There we go. The problem is my microphone isn't as good. Let's just do it that way, I guess. All right. So, what we're working on here with Opal, besides trying to keep her out of the water and try to keep her clean, because I don't want to have to bathe her any more than we have to, just because I don't want to wash her oils out and whatnot. So I try not to bathe her too much. But what we're trying to do is get her working with her on distractions, okay? Most of her training is already completed, okay? She's really doing good. Crate training, goes in the crate, really nice. Stays in the crate, really nice. When you first put her in there, she'll howl at you, say, hey, where you going? You know, kind of a little, whoo, like that type of thing. But she's really good in there. We do some sound training with her, getting her used to loud noises, different things such like. Okay, but what we're really concerned now, my concern is now, is distractions. Okay, so here's our road out here in front of my property. So my house is way back in there, and we're going to do some training out here. It's very windy, so I apologize for the background noise. I'm using my handy dandy microphone here for sound. Okay, so I really want to work with her with distractions. Okay, the wind's blowing, it's blowing leaves and sticks across. This road, by the way, is a dead end, so we can walk down the middle of this road. There's really very little traffic down this road. So for those that don't know much about me and just coming across this channel, understand this is a dead-end road, so there's very minimal traffic. Most people that come down this road are either visitors or they're residents, so we know each other, and those that come through here quite a bit, or that come through here, know usually of the surroundings and what's going on. Okay, this is also an agriculture community. There's a lot of dogs, a lot of animals in this area, so it's not like people go whipping through here not understanding their whereabouts. Okay, so we do have families such as perhaps yourself that are watching these videos that come to pick up their dogs and puppies and live in the big cities, that perhaps is not used to this type of environment. However, you're also used to a lot of cars. So, you know, I think the offensive driving is not an issue, is what I'm trying to say, and defensive as far as that's concerned. So anyways, my point is, before, you know, I get on a tangent here, is that we can walk down the middle of the road and not have too many concerns as far as traffic. Now, I don't know if you guys seen that, but there were some birds that flew in there, and Opal gets a little jumpy and distracted with something like that. Okay, so as you can see down this road, there's a lot of trees. We have a lot of trees here, a lot of trees over here. It houses a lot of birds. We have lots of rabbits that live through here. We have a lot of turkeys. We have a lot of cats, just various things. Okay, and I want to keep her where she can focus on me when we walk and not get so distracted with every living creature or not living creature, such as leaves. Okay, so that's what our focus is today, or this training session with her, is to work on distractions. Okay, and I'm gonna go down here in this walk with her, and I'm gonna let you see her with me not doing any corrections on her. Well, let me just say it this way, with minimal corrections, and let you see her as she behaves with this distraction. Okay, now if I keep correcting her, she'll do fine. I mean, obviously, but we need to build on this. Okay, and this is what we're working on, is she's very easily distracted. See how she's stopping? She's looking to my right. She just heard a bird. She looked that way. See? Okay, there we go. Good girl. Good girl. And I'm only going to praise her when she does what we're wanting her to do. Leave it. That was a leaf. Hey, it's not as windy as right here. Kind of down on the bottom a little bit. We're kind of protected by some trees in a hillside. So you can see how I'm correcting her just a little bit. Whoa, this is muddy. Let's go around here. Okay, there. See how she looked at me right there? That's what I want. I want her to notice where I'm at, okay? All right, now with her, we're gonna stop right here. Whoa, sit. Good girls. We got a stop sign right here. There's a main road out there. There's where the cows are. For those that are just tuning in for the first time, the cows are across the way there on the other side of that sign. That's usually where they're at. They're not there now. In the winter, they get pulled off of this pasture. So normally we'd be able to walk over there and introduce her to cows and get her used to that kind of behavior and that kind of nature of the cows and so forth, as far as their territory and whatnot, and how to teach her how to do that. But because of the season, they won't bring those cows back in here probably for another, probably till May sometime they'll start bringing the cows back in. So we're not gonna be able to do that today. And because she is so easily distracted, we are not going to put her on a busy, now this road here is a busy road, okay? So we're not gonna put her on a busy road. So here she is. We're gonna turn around. I keep her on my left side, on the inside when I turn. Okay, and we're gonna go right back down. Heel. Now this time I'm gonna start putting some commands in there and correct her on that. Heel. There we go. Heel. Good. Good girl. Heel. There we go. Good job. Good job right there. Little correction there with verbal correction. See how she's wanting to spin? She gets so excited. She wants to play. And she has to learn. We need to walk just right beside me and watch my feet and watch where I'm at. See how she's getting ahead of me? Heel. Good, right there. Good, good girl, good girl. Good girl, Opal. That's a good girl. Heel. There you go. There you go. Nice. Very good. Very good. Little distraction, but brings her back in. That's good. The correction's getting less and less, okay? So she's really catching on quickly. All right, but I don't want her to go past my toes. Let me point out something else. I'm gonna stop her for just a second. Whoa, sit. Let me point out something else. I noticed a lot of you guys are telling me that when you walk your dog, they're constantly having their nose on the ground, okay? Which, unfortunately, that is the behavior of a Labrador, okay? Heel. They constantly have their nose on the ground, all right? So I want to give you a tip here, is when you're walking your dog, whoa, sit, keep your hand elevated at a certain height. Don't let your hand drop down. We got some distraction in the woods besides here. Some kids are playing in the woods. Don't let your hand drop down so low like this. It gives it slack right here. It allows your dog to have the up and down motion as they would please. If you keep your hand at a fixed height right here, and again, this is just initially, it automatically, with the prong collar, it automatically corrects them as they would be walking down the road. It would automatically correct them. So when they dip their head like she just did there and there again, it automatically corrects them, okay? And it's like second nature for me, because I do this all the time, is to keep my hand in the same position all the time. So it's natural for me to do that, and it has to become something of a second nature for you as well, that when you're walking your dog, and again, this isn't forever, but it's initially, that you put your hand in that position right here, a fixed position, and it's basically right at my belly button. And it's going to adjust for you because your height and the length of your leash and the height of your dog. It will change, okay? But what you're aiming for is that when your puppy's head, see that, dips down, okay? You can rewind that if you need to, okay? When your puppy's head dips down, it's going to correct them. That's why a prong collar, when it's used correctly, and let me state that again, when a prong collar is used correctly, it could be a huge plus for you and your dog, okay? Because you're training your dog in a way that they naturally want to respond to, and that's pressure, okay? It's not a, oh boy, we're going to get rained on. It's not, you're not doing a, what's the word I'm looking for? Sit. What's the word I'm looking for here? Where, the word's not coming to me. But it's a pressure on concepts. Pressure off, pressure on, pressure off, pressure on. Animals, that's what they naturally thrive, okay? It's easier for us to treat train them because their next natural thing to do is to have the desire to eat, okay? So one method of training is treat training, which you guys, you know, we treat train the dogs because that's, you know, the easiest way for families to train their dogs, okay? But we also use pressure on, pressure off concepts because it's the second, well, in my opinion, it's the first natural thing, but that could be debated. So we're just going to follow and just make it easy for everybody and say that's the second natural way of training your dog, is using pressure, because all animals, even humans, work under pressure, okay? That's why you come home after a day of work and you're stressed. You're stressed out. Why? Because you're under pressure, okay? You hear the terminology peer pressure? There you go. We work under pressure. So does our four-legged friends. They also work under pressure, okay? And it's not a force. There's the word I was looking for. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. But it's not a force training, okay? Force training would be causing pain, okay? Causing pain to create an action, okay? You say, well, what do you mean causing pain? Isn't that prong collar causing pain? Absolutely not. If the dog was in pain, it would be whining, barking, screaming, you know, so forth, okay? That would be painful for them. There's other ways the dog shows pain, but this is applying pressure, which is absolutely no pain involved at all, period. Okay? Now, force training is painful. And that pain, they learn by the pain to do an action. Okay, so let me state it this way. Like when you do what's called force fetch, many of you have no idea what that means. Some of you do. That force fetch is applying pressure, okay, to the ear. Then they open their mouth because they're saying, ouch. Okay, so I'm not gonna do it, but I'm gonna show you. They would take this here, squeeze the ear to apply the pressure there, which would be the pain. They would open their mouth and you apply what they're going to fetch. It's called force fetch, okay? Some dogs in the hunting world have to be force fetch. And many of you are saying, that's ridiculous. You shouldn't have to do that. Well, in most cases, I agree with you because it causes pain to the dog. And it's not something that is highly desired. In some cases, it has to be done because the dog does not understand when you say fetch or you say a certain term. They don't understand what you're trying to say, so you have to force fetch the dog, okay? Sit, good girl, good girl. However, there are other alternatives to force fetching a dog, okay? I'm not gonna go into that because that's not what this video is all about. This video is to get her to not be so distracted with everything around about her, okay? So we're kind of in a more secluded area now. I'm in my yard now, and we could be less distractions because we're not on the road and there's not people playing in the yards and so forth, because our school's on spring break. So there's kids are home and they're playing and it's very distracted. But anyway, so there you have it. So we got a sit, okay? We got a stay, and we're gonna start getting rained on here. I'm gonna try to cover just a little bit more here before I let you go. Here, we do a sit, and if you notice as I walk, I'm using the word whoa, okay? Now, with a German short hair or any type of pointing dog, do not teach your dog whoa as a preliminary word to sit, because that's not what you want. Your dog is not gonna be able to sit. Your dog is not gonna be able to point and sit at the same time, or point while they're sitting. It's gonna be difficult. But a Labrador, if not used for a hunting situation, can use the word whoa. And to be honest with you, I use that word whoa as a preliminary word for the handler more or less than the dog, really, because it slows them down. Because many times I see people, they'll walk their dogs and all of a sudden they slam on the brakes and they say, sit. Well, the dog is like, whoa, what just happened? Give me a second here to take all that in. Obviously not an older dog, but a young puppy that you're just, training, they're trying to take all that in, right? So I use the word whoa. It slows the handler down, and it also slows the dog down. They know when they hear that word whoa. It's like a horse. They slow down, right? And then you'll see many times in the video, you can rewind it a little bit if you want to, and you'll see how when I say whoa, the dog automatically slows down. So do I. And then a sit comes, okay? And just really quick, I'm gonna go over the angles in which I use to teach the dog these angles as far as the pressure that's applied into which the command goes, okay? So sit's gonna be straight back like this, okay? Straight back, gentle, guys, gentle. I mean, this isn't ramming, yanking, nothing, gentle, just barely any pressure, okay? So back is to sit, straight up is to stay, come would be straight over, and then down, we would just rotate it around underneath her chin and say down, okay? And so what that will do is apply pressure, hold on, let me, down. It would apply pressure here and pull her and put that pressure down there, and then she would go down, okay? And basically I'm just twisting it down like this. Straight down and go down, good girl. Go back up, okay? Sit, good girl. And as soon as she sits, the gentle pressure that you're applying, you release that pressure. Okay, so hopefully that's understandable. I don't train her very much with the prong collar. A lot of the times I don't even use it with her. I do use her treats a lot just because she kind of likes that better. Because the negative side with these prong collars is they do itch their necks a lot because of the little prongs right here. See how loose this is on her? It's super loose, but these little prongs right there, it just kind of sits there and it kind of, tickles them a little bit, so they itch a lot. And they're not, it takes a while for them to get used to it. But anyway, so that's that. We're starting to get rained on, so we're gonna wrap this up. So for those that are new to the channel, those that have been watching my videos, I know there's a lot of you that are watching my videos I've never met. I just want to say thank you. I really appreciate you guys watching the videos, taking the time to teach yourself. This is just a method. This is not the only method, okay? It's a method that works, not the only method. but I want to take the time to help everybody learn to train their dogs, okay? And there's a little instruction right there. Stay, stay. There you go, good girl. And I appreciate you guys taking the time to educate yourself with me so that you can learn to train your dog in this method, okay? And I would ask, this takes a lot of time for me to make these videos. Editing, I don't do much editing, some pretty raw videos really, but we do add a little music to it to make it somewhat entertaining, so I don't bore you to death. But I do ask, because we do offer these videos for free and so forth, we're giving a lot of information out for free. Normally the information I'm giving out, sit down girlie, this information, you know, if you would go to a trainer to have this kind of help given to you, you're gonna pay some do-re-mi, okay? You're gonna pay for it. I'm giving it to you for free. So the thing that I ask is that you just subscribe to my channel, okay? And you say, well, what do you get out of the subscription? Well, it helps the algorithm in YouTube, and it makes my page, it helps my page to grow, okay? And so forth. Okay, see how the wind here? See how the wind blowing leaves? Okay, this is what we're working on with her. I want to keep her where she wants to stay by me, okay? I don't want her doing this, okay? So, now you can see what we've been... You say, wow, she's really good, but why are you working on distractions? Well, now you can see. She likes them leaves. She likes them a lot. You know, she loves to play retrieving. So when she gets to retrieve and she thinks them leaves are something that she can retrieve, she likes that. So that's what we're working on right there. So little habit that we need to take care of, and that's what we're working on. So again, appreciate everybody from the depths of my heart. Really, I don't know how more genuinely I can say that, but I really do appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos, supporting my channel, also supporting what I do, training dogs so we can spread these ideas and methods to the communities, help train our dogs and keep more dogs out of the shelters. This is just one way we can do that, okay? And I'm not gonna go on a little rampage on that, but this is just one way we can do that. So please subscribe. No, we're not digging. Please subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks a lot. Hey, good girl, good girl, good girl.